What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live. It's Friday, finally. Actually, it feels like this week has flown by, to be honest.
It has been a heck of a it's been a heck of a week.
It has been.
Late night premieres, Switch 2, and I'm pleased to announce in front of our early morning viewing audience that yes, after all the memes, after everything that has happened in my life, this finally happened. Dude Wipes has followed me back on their social media. All the jokes and everything, it was all part of the plan. Everything's coming into fruition. And hopefully we'll have a major announcement. Maybe.
I'm going to be real. I'm going to be pissed if Jay gets a sponsorship deal with Dude Wipes. When he came on the air and talked about how he doesn't even wipe his ass, he just fucking showers it off. Whereas I probably have given Dude Wipes like $1,000 over the fucking years stocking up. But that's the way the world works sometimes. Things just, happen for Jay. He memes about it. He tags him on social media. It works.
I mean, they retweeted a video of me eating or attempting to eat ice cream, right? So they retweeted this. Okay, just want to tell you like how all this works. So there I am there, and the whole wiping thing we were talking about COVID, I think. Anyway, whatever. It's all work. It's all part of the plan. And now I don't normally share DMs, Ryan. I try to keep my DMs, a little private. But I just want to show like we're almost at full circle. We're almost at full circle here, just to prove my point. All right, it's happening. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's all part of the master plan. I've been playing 7D chess all these years, and now it's finally going to happen. Just so you know. It's happening.
There you go. That's how Jay gets stuff done.
Ryan is furious.
It doesn't matter if nobody watches his videos.
That's right.
It doesn't matter if he's going to nuke his channel and turn it into Transformers lore.
That's happening in 3 weeks. No more drunk 3PO. It's the end of an era. It was a good run.
What are you going to call it now?
Probably the same thing. Anyway, still. We're heading into something different, I'm just like, I know we're talking about Star Wars today, but I'm just like, my God, man, I had a good run over there. Shocked that I even got that far with it. Drunk 3PO channel, but yeah, haven't uploaded in a month. We're making some plans. We're gonna have a lot. Man, thanks for letting me promote this right here on the channel. Look at that. We got the new avatar going, the new backdrop.
Starscream.
We've deleted a ton of videos and live streams. We're getting ready to get back in the algorithm. It's going to be awesome time over there. I just need a few more weeks. I'm working on like 15 videos that'll be unlisted, and then boom, 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 boom. Sponsored by Dude Wipes. Look at that. It's all coming. It's all coming, man.
I can see the strategy for Jay's like, fuck, man, 101,000 subscribers. We got to do something. We got to do something drastic. But no, that's good. Fresh start for the old drunk.
You know what? The truth is, and you know this, I was gonna just end it, not delete it, but just be like, I had a lot of fun over there, but like, let's I want to do something different. You know,
he's retired in place. You know,
yeah,
it's there for the memories.
It's gonna happen. Honestly, truthful, I was like keeping that thing moving until the Gina Carano case was over. So it was kind of like, you know, and then
it's just taking too long, huh? And you're like, fuck it.
They extended it, and I was like, well, that sucks. So I like the Welcome to Rebellion podcast in the morning. That seems to be that's like my favorite. You know, my favorite thing to do in the morning. So anyway,
except for use your Dude Wipes after your coffee.
Minty. Let's get mint.
The Cool Mint is good. Cool Mint is solid. Doug May for 199 Legends Con meetup says hi, Ryan. I'm sure he does. Yeah, he was not happy with me in the chat last night. That's all right. Keenan, have you played the video game Gex? Enter the Gecko. Jay has.
Never played that game.
Health Minister of Belgium, Silver Surfer, looks like Kooky trying to surf. Thanks, Health Minister of Belgium. Young Stav, well, Star Wars is definitely dead. Filoni and his feminist lackey as heads. Well, I guess Star Wars is going to be more woke and lame, if possible. Definitely not going to get any better, because almost all we've been getting over the past several years of Disney Star Wars is involving Filoni and Carrie Beck. And we'll talk about that rumor in a little bit. Not really a rumor, just the update, the report of what people think. And I would not be surprised at all. Because if they go for Mr. or Mrs. Outside Hire, it's admitting defeat, which is the same reason Disney doesn't want to go for Mr. Outside Hire. They want to hire from within. But you know what? If you fucked so much shit up, maybe you should hire from outside. Jester of Roanoke, everything coming up J House. Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm surprised I lasted this long on the internet, to be honest with you.
Chris Coran, Ryan can't get sponsored. No Bears stuff delivered. Short on breadsticks. Run in to buy scooters. Just can't get a break.
Yeah, but he's winning at everything else.
Sheer force of will. We're still here. Run into by scooters. Did a scooter run into me? Did that happen? I don't know if the scooters ran into me yet. Sola Felix. Everyone wish Jessica Lindstrom a happy birthday. Everyone was saying that yesterday.
And the day before.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't remember the day before yesterday. That's impossible. Chris B, look at it this way, Ryan. Dude Wipes knows of Jay's disgusting wipe scandal and knows he needs their teachings far more than you at the moment. Pretty true.
I just want to buy a new car.
Zero, where do we sign up for the bean flicking tutorial?
We'll save that for the other channel. Ryan does not need to know.
Oh, I assume we're talking about coffee. Brian M, member for 2 months, says H. Thank you. Defending truth for 2. Jeremy getting blasted at the finish line was peak. I'm not gonna lie. Mario Kart last night was whatever. It was fine, but the little bit of like happiness I did get from playing it was seeing how fucking bad Jeremy is at the game. It is honestly hilarious to see. Jeremy's been hyping the Switch too. He's been making all these freaking videos. He randomly makes videos on the Geeks and Gamers Play channel just to like hype Mario Kart World and talk about how awesome it's going to be. And then we get in and he is just,
yeah, I beat him. What the heck is that all about?
He's just fucking hot dog shit. Got bots beating him and shit like that, or even worse, Epic Mike beating him. That's just wild.
Well, the excuse is that this was his excuse, is that he is an experienced, great gamer, and great gamers need a few months to understand the game so that he could come back and dominate. That's what he kept saying all night long.
Like, it is funny. You would think he'd had enough time. Johnny seemed to get it figured out. I will say this, that the Mario Kart World, it's obviously a lot more chaotic with 24 people, but also I feel like because the courses are kind of so big, there's also a lot of random straightaways. I don't feel like it. And maybe once everybody learns how to do all the tricks and take a million shortcuts, which we don't really know where they are yet, it feels like you don't really get rewarded for racing well. As opposed to Mario Kart 8, which I do truly feel like there's a lot of shit in a lot of courses specifically. You got to know your lines. You got to hit your lines. You have to be prepared. You have to like race well, and you get rewarded for racing well and driving well, as opposed to this one, which I just don't really feel. I don't feel
they reward
way.
crappy players like me. So as long as you hang back in the back with 24 people playing, they give me bullets and all kinds of stuff like right at the end to launch. Let's be honest. To launch it to the front. So,
yeah,
at least that's how I always won.
I mean, I played pretty well. I had a couple wins, took a couple crowns home, all that good stuff. But yeah, Jeremy was struggling. It's going to be funny if he's like built up all this hype and like say a month from now, after he's been spending every spare moment where he's not on Cobra Cast practicing Mario Kart and he still sucks. He's just like not going to want to do streams anymore. That will be the funniest thing to happen, but I don't know. We'll see. Kuzan, Walmart delivered my Switch 2 yesterday. For some reason, they put a can of Pringles and Coke with the package too. Has this happened to anyone else? I thought that was I've seen that happen to other people. I thought until you just said that, I saw somebody post something about that from Walmart. They got a can of Pringles and a Coke, and they made a joke about it. These motherfuckers think I'm fat as shit, blah, blah, blah. But if it happened to you, maybe they're doing that to everybody that pre-ordered the Switch. They're giving a little gaming package, soda and chips. That might be something they're doing. What flavor of Pringles, though? That's the real question. What's your go-to for Pringles, Jay?
I'm pretty much plain Jane. Know your name. You know?
I like the red can regular.
Red can regular. Wrong. That's it. That's pretty much.
I do like.
I will take the sour cream. You know,
sour cream and onion, good. Pizza Pringles, good. Barbecue, fine. Cheddar, I'd rather have a Dorito than a fucking cheddar Pringle.
Agreed.
You know? Like if I'm gonna do that, just give me some fucking nacho cheese Doritos.
I heard isn't that true? Like Pringles are not made out of any form of potato in that whatsoever. It's like some kind of synthetic thing that they make.
I'll be real. I don't care.
Yeah. I knew you wouldn't. I was just like, I don't care either. But if someone hands me a jar of Pringles, they're going to be eaten. So that's how it is.
Somebody said there's a new beer can chicken flavor coming out. There is a Miller Lite Pringle. It's like, I mean, I know this because I have it downstairs. It's like Miller Lite beer flavored Pringle. It's okay.
I'll
grab it. I'm going to show it to you. Hold on.
That stuff is like AI. Like it's just too much. Just keep it normal. I don't like all that stuff. I know they have weird flavors over in China where you can get like shrimp shell flavor or hot pot flavor or meatballs and spaghetti flavored and all that stuff. I find that a little weird. Just a little weird. I don't think it needs all that, because once they start experimenting into some of these weird flavors, I don't know, man. They even have a shrimp flavored Oreo cookie that they sell in China. We don't need that stuff over here. Keep that stuff over there. We don't need it. I'm just saying, like, we just keep our Oreos the same. They did that stuff with Peeps. They started making all these weird flavors. Oreo, like they experimented with the mint and the lemon. Just need a double stuff. That's it, man. We don't need anything weird. Just keep it simple. I don't know.
Do not disrespect lemon Oreos. Lemon Oreos.
No, I'm saying that's all we need is double stuffed lemon, and the regular. We don't need all that weird stuff. Or Japan. Sorry, did I say China? Japan. Sorry. Oh, there they are.
Beer braised steak, Miller Lite, and steak flavored. That's what we got here. They don't taste good.
I wondered.
They just don't.
Rudy said for $2. Watch Jay get a Pringles sponsorship next. What a lucky guy. People weren't kidding when they said on the Forrest Gump. Like weird things.
Just need to show your ass to Trump and you'll complete the fucking cycle.
I'll talk to Elon. I get a Cybertruck sponsorship. Hey, Elon, wrap it in whatever you want. I'll drive that thing around, whatever. Just put a nice fun wrap on it for an advertisement.
He'll give you the one he's going to give to Kanye.
Thousands of people see it all the time. I'm the perfect sponsorship for a car wrap. Someone help me out.
A very merry unbirthday, Jessica Lindstrom. Yanks fan for 199. Who's the DSP of your Mario Kart group?
Like, as far as grifting money?
No. As far as it's always someone else's fault. It's always the game's fault. It's like, you know what I mean? Who do you think that is?
Well, that's got to be Jeremy.
Not on this.
Even when he loses, he wins.
Not on this level. I promise you.
Okay.
I actually watched fucking Momology, son of a bitch, uploaded a like highlight clip of DSP's Mario Kart stream from yesterday. I was dying watching it, dude.
I gotta see that. All right, people are saying Mike and Beardo. Those two.
I would say maybe potentially. I gotta find it now.
Bro, why you're doing that? Look at this craziness I'm telling you, man, I'm still gonna be on daily, unfortunately, for the chat. When this becomes a massive reality. Like, look at this. I can't play it because of the music. But they're recreating like the Titanic, and they're saying like they could put a different ending on it now. Where he actually like pushes Rose off they don't put it in this clip, but look at this. All filmed from like they're playing Your Heart Will Go On. That's why I can't.
It's wild. Have you seen the ones where they're like interviewing Bible characters on the street?
Yes, I showed that the other day. It's like, hi, I'm Daniel. Yeah, I just got arrested, so I'm heading to the lion's den. Look at Rose laughing at her man, like just in the it's pretty accurate. Mary is about to die. One last selfie. There you go.
Rose really the villain of the whole story, man.
Huge, man.
Tossing that big ass diamond like for no fucking reason. Like, what does your family think of you now that you're still fucking sitting there flicking your bean, like jerking off to this one love affair that you had? You throw $100 million necklace away. Whatever.
Horrible.
So after I streamed Mario Kart last night, then I did a stream over on my friend Matt Wilkins' channel called A More Civilized Age. And then after that, I was like, I gotta get ready to go because it was like 1 o'clock. I'm like, I gotta get ready to go to bed. And I see this pop up and I'm like, I'll watch a little bit. I watched all fucking 30 minutes of it. Of course I did. And dude, I can't not watch this. Where the fuck is the one I actually want? Well, I'll just share the whole screen, whatever. Fuck it. We'll share the whole screen. We'll watch a little bit of this. I was dying.
And I'm just going to go with the fastest. We're going to see how it goes. Keep in mind, I don't even know how to play. So this will be interesting. I have no clue how to play. There's a little preview of the stage. Oh my God, it's original Donkey Kong. Oh wow, that's cool. Nice. Original Donkey Kong is in the stage. All right, Mario Brothers Circuit. Here we go. Ooh. Speed boost. First race, I got the speed boost. Great. Well, I'm getting hit by multiple items. What am I supposed to do? Nice. Yo, the blue shell. How am I in second? Someone used a shortcut. So if you do 150cc, the computer knows all the shortcuts. I don't know the shortcuts yet. So that's kind of unfair because I don't know what the shortcuts are.
So he's crying already?
Huh?
First
Yeah,
place.
so 150cc, they know all the shortcuts. I lost to Luigi because he had a shortcut I don't know about. Yeah. It's not easy CPU, you idiot. I'm on the hardest difficulty. What a bunch of fucking dunces already. I'm on the hardest difficulty.
So he's talking to his chat?
Pause the game. There are so many tricks you need to learn. Oh, I don't know anything what you're talking about. I can't do that. I'm playing. I can't go to auto steer. There is no 20cc or 200cc. It doesn't even exist. People are like,
What the heck?
200cc. It's not even in the game. Idiot. Yeah, I don't know. Someone took the book, says turn off smart racing. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. All I did was boot the game and start playing. I don't know
What?
what the hell is smart racing.
That's what Beardo had on, remember, from the opening.
I live
opening
with that
album.
thing on. I don't care.
Like, everyone's faster than me. Oh, great. Well, that's a horrible shortcut. Are you kidding? The shortcut puts you into the wall. Why did you
About everything. And the chat is just roasting him to all heck. I love it. I love it.
Oh, that's fair. Car drives right into me. This is all of them, but drives
You
directly.
see Ryan laughing at someone else's pain. You love it.
Oh my god. What a fucking idiot. Oh, why is he so much faster than me? What the hell? Bullshit. Wow, couldn't meet you. Can't do anything here because the son of a bitch right in front of me. Still can't catch it. What? That's not what I wanted to do. I don't even know how you do that. He did a side flip, which I didn't want to do, so I didn't get an item. Yeah, look, now I can't do grind. He can't either, actually. Interesting stage. Damn, it's huge. Eight
Yeah, he's got smart steering on and he still hits the cars.
There. Yeah, he's got better maximum speed, so I can't catch it. I lost speed. It didn't make sense. I did aerial tricks and I lost speed.
Whoa.
Nothing I can do about that. Oh, of course he gets the item too, right?
God dang, man.
The item. Everyone says turn off auto steering. I don't know what it is.
I like how he just thinks the normal game mechanics are cheating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's basically the reality. I got it. There's a different one. This is the fucking race.
All right, Donkey Kong time. Ah, crap, look what happened. I got stuck in the dark dirt. That sucks. Now, wait a minute. I just hit him with a red shell, and he moved forward fast out of the red shell hit. That made no sense at all.
He can't even get on the road.
Wait, I wasn't in first. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. I got hit with the...
And he spends about 5 minutes complaining that he wasn't in first when he got hit. Hey, he was in first for a while when it fucking locked onto him. I like, it gets worse and worse and worse. It was so funny that we're talking about Mario Kart and he's playing not online. He's just fucking playing against the computer.
third. The game literally just cheated. What the hell was that? He cheated. He's a fucking cheater. A blatant fucking cheater. 100% blatant cheating.
It's the same guy that ordered the Switch and they got it taken out.
I'm not. Wait. No, I wasn't in first. I was in third. Complete bullshit. Don't make an excuse. The game literally just fucking cheated. I was in third place and Blue Shell put me to sixth.
Anyway, there's a lot more of that. Shout out Momology for still somehow.
So you don't watch DSP, you watch Memology clipping the best parts of this person.
Sometimes, yeah, on occasion.
Sometimes.
And like I just couldn't not, like, when I saw that pop up, fucking 1 whatever in the morning, I'm like, all right, I'll watch. And I'll watch all 30 minutes like a fucking loser.
All I know is I thought he was the guy that ordered the Switch 2 and was all excited, and then he doxed himself, and people used that dox to cancel his order.
Yeah, I think he was able to get it rectified or something. He's got one now. So Ninroku for $1 says no mint Oreos, Jay.
No, they're acceptable, yeah. So I think it's like regular double stuffed mint and lemon. I don't think we need anything else.
I think that's it. The only reason you need regular Oreos is so they can be crumbled up and put into ice cream. There's
correct.
No other reason for regular Oreos.
You got to buy the double stuffed.
If you're going to eat an Oreo, like just with milk or whatever, you eat double stuffed. That's the standard. No regular Oreos here. This isn't some fucking, we're not some starving bitch ass country. Okay. We eat double stuff. The lemon Oreos are fire, dude. The lemon Oreos are fantastic and I love them. Man,
yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
I don't want to fucking eat a cookie and taste like I'm brushing my teeth. I don't like the mint flavor with that. You know what I do like? It's the same taste, but when they do the holiday ones for Halloween, they do the orange ones. For Christmas, they do the red ones.
Yeah, they're just themed, but they're the same thing. Yeah, yeah.
I like those. I do like those ones. Happy birthday, River Miles, to Jessica Lindstrom and Lady Aaron D. Sharing a birthday with our Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, today. Happy birthday. Defending Truth, Jay, keep the Orientals over there.
Orientals? I didn't exactly say that, but yeah.
Thanks, Kitten. Pringles contain potatoes, but they're made from dehydrated potato paste dough instead of thin sliced raw potatoes like regular chips.
Okay, thank you for clearing that up. I knew it was something like that.
Makes a lot of sense, actually. Maximus BT. Shiitake. Thank you. Garnock. Pringles are made with dried potatoes that are minced into a powder, then pressed into Pringle shape. They're called potato crisp because they're not allowed to be called potato chips.
Ah.
Are you retarded? Says Maximus.
A lot of knowledge about Pringles on it. That's why it's the smartest chat on YouTube.
Maximus, LOL when DSP accidentally left camera on fapping.
Oh, that's the same guy, right?
Yes. Paper Liger for 10. LMAO watched the DSP clip this morning with breakfast Momology taken off. Yep. Birthday cake Oreos are fantastic. Do you agree?
I'm not a fan. If I want birthday cake, I just want a birthday cake.
B. Barrett for 2. Guys, go easy on Jeremy. He sucked at Mario Kart World because he was distraught about Trump and Elon fighting.
That could be it.
Snacks for $1. The J Tesla with wood paneling.
That'll work.
You want wood paneling on your
on a Tesla? That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, maybe. Let's get into ET's the Star Wars news a little bit. Jay. You said great?
I said great. Yeah, great. More Star Wars news.
More Star Wars news. And yeah, obviously there's been a lot of talk about who's going to be the successor to Bob Iger at Disney, and a lot of people vying for that potential position. Some pros, some cons to everybody. Well, as part of that entire conversation, a massive report came out from Hollywood Reporter. And it detailed kind of an inside look. That's where we got some of the news yesterday about Josh D'Amaro, about Dana Waldron, about some of the things that might be happening and who could potentially be the next Disney CEO. Well,
can I stop you right there real quick? I'm sorry. Can you see that picture? It looks like a fine, diverse group of people there. Just want to point that out. They push diversity on everything except for the people that get the biggest salaries, maybe. I don't know.
Well, you know. I have a joke, but I shouldn't say it. So this is inside Hollywood's Succession Wars. And this is not just about Disney necessarily. It's about a lot of different things in Hollywood. But of course, because it is talking about Disney, it is talking about who's going to take over next. all the way down in this article here, we get a little bit of talk about Lucasfilm and Star Wars. And it has a lot to do with bringing in outside people would be admitting failure, whereas promoting from within looks like you're successful, even if you fucking aren't. So I do want to get into this. Barry Diller concurs, hiring from the outside of the CEO level is an admission of failure. Ideally, you bring someone in early in their career. They marinate your expertise, gain experience, and succeed whoever's senior. That's by far the better process. Bringing in a CEO who you don't know, and I don't care how many hours you interview someone you don't know him, is a bad dice throw and rarely works. Lucasfilm seems likely to follow that path in replacing Kathleen Kennedy. Despite speculation about outside candidates, including former 20th Century head Emma Watts, insiders say the company seems most likely to promote from within. The current thinking is a scenario where Chief Creative Officer Dave Filoni and production Carrie Beck, both Lucasfilm vets, take co-head roles. Even as an arm of Disney, Lucasfilm remains in many ways a family business. And as a George Lucas protege, Filoni has long been considered a golden boy. I do think that is the way people felt about Dave Filoni in 2018, 2019. Not the way I ever felt about him. I always thought he's been a hack. But I do agree that 5-6 years ago, there were a lot of people spouting those same exact lines. Unfortunately, Dave Filoni in that time frame, people have now gotten to look at everything he's put out when he's been put in charge, when he's been put in control, when he got everything he asked for. And quite frankly, it's embarrassingly bad and pathetic, the stuff that's been churned out by Disney Star Wars. And Carrie Beck is basically right alongside Dave Filoni for everything, whether it's, I think, Rebels. She was a producer on that, whether it's all of the fucking Mandoverse stuff that Dave Filoni's involved in. She is producing right alongside with all of that. So this is the tag team that gave you Mando season 3. This is the tag team that gave you Ahsoka. That's who these people are. And if the same people who have participated willingly in the destruction and evisceration of Star Wars to put Star Wars where it's at today, if you make these people, if you just promote them and say, hey, what you're doing, just do it even harder, what the fuck is the point? What the fuck is the point? At least it's how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, the point is, it's his ego just wants to recreate Star Wars of what it was and make it his own vision that not too many people care for. I do see a lot of people online, like, I guess the Disney Star Wars Andor fandom really hate this idea. I think they would like to see more of Andor style stories, I guess, or the way that was written and directed, than Filoni style, which was like, what are we looking at? Ahsoka. Of course, he was kind of in charge. And then I don't know, like, I don't know if there's any truth.
The Ahsoka series is one of the dumbest things that's ever been put into live action, especially when you consider how seriously they're pretending like they're taking it, and it is, and them trying to write this genius level intellect with Thrawn. But the problem is, you're writing it from the mind of a fucking 5th grader, basically, and it comes out retarded. That's what it was every step of the way with Ahsoka, and that's what you'll get more of.
I mean, even like everything from the direction. Being a director, he's not a very good director, even though people tried to help him with that. The action sequence. I mean, the lightsaber battles, let's be honest, the lightsaber battles were better in the Acolyte than they were in Ahsoka. They just were.
I don't disagree. I do think you can point and pick apart some like really stupid shit that they did with it. But
of course,
in general, you're 1,000% right. It's probably like the thing the Acolyte did better than any of the other Disney Star Wars shows out there was, and I'm not saying it's prequel level or anything like that, close. But it's better than
Disney Star Wars and then George Lucas over here. It's a completely different level. But yeah, like, so if he's going to be in the driver's seat and that's the type of content that they're going to constantly push out, you're right. What is the point? It's just, they're not going to sell any toys, which was one of the heartbeats of the Star Wars franchise back when George was running it. You're not going to sell anything extra. It's just going to be like CW programming from here on out. I don't know how much he has in the Mando movie that's coming out. I don't know, but I'm assuming in his position he had to.
That's him and Jon Favreau.
Right.
Like that's who's doing it. It's him and Jon Favreau.
Right. So I mean, what I'm saying is, I don't know if John let him direct like a bunch of stuff or however that works, but it's we'll see how that goes. Apparently, in the leaked trailer of Mando, which they haven't released publicly yet, but if you're at Celebration, you saw it. I think I sent it to you, or I tweeted it out or something before they took it down. They just recreated Mando in a hallway scene. They're like, he gets a hallway scene like Darth Maul did and Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. It's like, that's the thing now with Star Wars. To solidify you as a character, you got to have that ultimate hallway scene. Darth Maul's hallway scene was in Clone Wars, apparently. That's what they were comparing. Then Luke Skywalker in Mando Season 2, Darth Vader in Rogue One. So it's like, he gets we finally give Mando the hallway scene he deserves. Like, that's all I was saying. Like, when that, I guess it wasn't a leak to the public trailer. That's what everybody was cheering for, I guess, and they were happy about that he gets a hallway scene. Anyway, it's that again. That's just like, there's no point even covering this anymore, because like, if this is the direction that they're going, then they're going in a horrible direction. And did you see those reports where, and I don't know if there's any truth to it, that Dave Filoni was upset with Tony Gilroy and like Andor, like he didn't really, but they just had to like let it go because he already had a contract, that there was like friction between the vision of Dave Filoni's Star Wars and the Andor series didn't really fit in his overall vision for Star Wars. There was just weird articles floating around about that. I don't know if there was any if there was any truth to it whatsoever, but
so I'm always highly skeptical of some of that stuff that's out there, because I think people are incentivized to make it up to like continue to push their like fake channel rumor bullshit, whatever. But I do think that it couldn't have been easy for Dave Filoni to sit there and see the way that it's received by some people and the way some people talk about it, and realize that Dave Filoni's, and I certainly think there's a lot of problems in Andor and faults with Andor, and I've talked about it to death more times than I wish to count. However, it's much more competent than anything Dave Filoni's done, and like the Acolyte and the Kenobi series, it's much more competent than that. And the hard pill that some people have to swallow is that Dave Filoni's entries in the Star Wars universe have more in common with the Acolyte than people actually wish to admit. And I fully guarantee you, if Dave Filoni's name, even though he signed off on everything that happened in the Acolyte, he was part of the discussions, he was giving feedback, he was making suggestions, he was telling them things to do, right? Even though he was highly involved with the Acolyte, if his name had been on there instead of Leslie Headland's, I guarantee you about half of the people that are shitting on it when it got popular to do so, they would have been praising the fuck out of it if there was quite literally no difference in the quality, just because they have to have what Filoni does be successful or be viewed as successful. It's very funny. Like it's very funny. But I wouldn't
be surprised if this is what's been going on already, and Kathleen Kennedy is just going around accepting awards at this point. You know, she's accepted a couple of awards already, lifetime achievement awards that no one really covers, or you know, she starts off all her speeches with "fade in."
Bro, the great part is actually really funny. The knock against him is he might be too steeped in Star Wars lore and risks steering the show in a dense mythology that loses a broader audience. The problem isn't that he might know too much about Star Wars. It's the choices he decides to make, regardless of how much he knows or not. That's the fucking problem. And then listen to this quote. He's not the Andor guy. He's the Ahsoka guy.
Yeah.
Meant as a dig against Filoni. So
that's what
when
I'm
you
saying.
Talk about the Gilroy friction, I don't know how much I buy into some of the other stuff that people suddenly have behind the scenes. Bullshit, right? Whatever that is. However, it can't be easy to hear people in the industry talk about you that way. when it comes to this shit.
No,
Beck,
100%.
who joined the company in 2012, knows the ins and outs, but neither she nor Filoni has much film experience, which can be mitigated by Kennedy's continued presence as a producer on certain Star Wars projects, ensuring quality control in the short term.
Quality control?
Like, what? Yeah, what kind of quality control has she had so far? So yeah,
that's an excellent question.
It's going to be more of the same for this bullshit.
No, absolutely. And it's just like it's just going to be Dave Filoni's world, like what he wanted. So we'll probably see more Ahsoka. She might be the chosen one now when it's all said and done after they put all that stuff together. And whatever he wants, like whatever, it seems like that's just the route he wants to go. It wouldn't surprise me. It honestly wouldn't surprise me whatsoever is if they actually do make a Rey Skywalker film. It wouldn't surprise me if Ahsoka gets sucked into like the time portal thing that he created and ends up fighting side by side with Rey, just to keep her alive.
Do you remember? This was 2019 around Christmas, right after Rise of Skywalker released. And if you remember in Rise of Skywalker at the end with all those voices come and like, Rey.
Yeah, you're the one.
Do it. Yeah. Ahsoka was one of those voices.
Yeah.
Right. All those other people are dead. And they're talking to her. Dave Filoni came out with this like basically big passive aggressive fucking post about, and he is always, Dave Filoni is such a fucking hack, dude. He views Ahsoka like he views Gandalf, right?
Yeah.
And then Ahsoka the Gray, Ahsoka the White, the fucking staff she has. He's a kindergartner. That's basically what he is, but he thinks he's a fucking philosopher. And he did this little drawing where it was like Gandalf sitting there and Ahsoka, and he's like, Gandalf says to Ahsoka, some people thought I was dead too.
Yeah.
Like as a pushback to be like, no, she's not dead. I'll never let her die. Even though you heard her voice with all those other dead people in Rise of Skywalker, I will not let her die and I'll keep her alive.
I'm telling you, that's it. It's all going to be, once he gets the final control over that kind of stuff, and I guess Disney will just give them a budget to do what they got to do, then off we go. I think if the Mandalorian movie does terrible, like really poor, it makes me wonder if they'll just stop making movies altogether and just focus on Disney Plus like they've been doing, and that'll be the end of it. I just think I just feel like that's just where they'll be until leadership has changed. Like they don't know how to make the block. Like does that even sound like a blockbuster title? Mando and Grogu.
The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not even like a major, like that's not even creative title. It's like, come watch The Mandalorian and Grogu. Adventures are for Saturday morning cartoons.
What would you call it?
I would call it The Mandalorian Season 4 and put it on Disney Plus. That's what I would call it. I would just continue and finish the story and move on and be done with it. Apparently, they only wrote that thing for like 2 seasons, and then you could tell it just got dragged out. So because of its popularity,
I would call it Star Wars Death Rattle. I think that's what I would call it. I think that's a good name for that movie. I'm genuinely very curious and interested to see how it performs when it does come out at the box office next year. Because it's been a long time since we had a Star Wars movie in theaters. At one point, when Disney launched the streaming service, people viewed The Mandalorian in a positive way, even though I think it get way too much hype. And I think time has not been kind to Mandalorian, specifically season 2. Because let's just be honest. Season 3 was abysmal. Season 2 is basically season 3 without the cameos from the people that make you scream and shout when they jangle the keys at you. It's the same level of writing. It's the same stupid shit.
No, Mando was like a co-host like to every episode. So that's what season 2 was.
In a period of like a week and a half traveling across the galaxy, right. Mandalorian met Bo-Katan, Boba Fett, Ahsoka Tano, where we got a Thrawn name drop. That was like a cameo within a cameo for that episode.
We got the name of Baby Yoda.
Luke fucking Skywalker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a fucking cameo fest. And he just,
and I think I don't think Mando was even in the Gina episode. The Carano episode when they escaped from I don't know if Mando was even in that. Wasn't it just, was he in that particular episode? I can't even remember.
Yeah. I think doesn't she go to get Bill Burr off that place?
Yeah, something like that.
Right. But then they team up with Mando.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't. And obviously they're all together throughout the last little bit when they go to
that
on the flagship. And they have their girl power moment.
Yeah, that's it. I don't think it's gonna. Again, I'm with you. I don't think it's gonna perform that well, simply because the peak of Baby Yoda, I think, has moved. I don't think it's as popular as it once was. The
gimmick is over.
Yeah. So, and I don't know how long. I don't know. I just think it's gone. They pushed it too far. So. If that movie had come out a few years ago, if that movie had come out after season 2, I think it would do it a lot better than coming out next year. And that goes the same for Rey, the Rey film. Like, if they wanted to do another Rey movie, they should have done it sooner than later. I mean, honestly, it's like they really thought, and shut me up if I'm talking too much, probably, but they really thought that their creation, Rey and Kylo Ren, were the exact replacement to Luke and Vader. They really thought that. They built $1 billion hotel around that theory that people love these characters that much that they would spend ridiculous amounts of money to go to a hotel and like LARP as Star Wars characters in that universe. They thought those characters, and they really had this in their head, that they changed the story to Han and Leia, to add the Star Cruiser, and to connect to Rey and Kylo Ren. It's just they changed everything. They made books and comics books adding Rey and Batu and all that stuff at Galaxy's Edge, because they really thought that their creation was going to have a lasting hold, like characters such as Han, Luke, Leia, and Darth Vader. But they don't. Nobody cares. No one's buying those books. No one's buying those comic books. The High Republic, a disaster failure compared to the EU books. Star Wars Hotel lasted a year. Done. And it's like now they want to show up on Star Wars Celebration with Daisy Ridley and say, hey, guess what? We're going to make a film with her. Not a trilogy, but maybe. I don't know. Hey, it's going to happen. And then it's delay, maybe. I don't know. I didn't get a script yet. Well, we fired the writer. We did it. It's it's so incompetent, that they're shooting themselves. I mean, I'm just going to say they keep shooting themselves in the foot to try to be successful in anything. And the other crazy thing, too, about the Acolyte, we saw the reports. Leslie Headland she thought a million times over it was going to be 3 seasons and a movie. We had the guy that played the bad guy in the film. I can't even remember their names.
Manny Jacinto.
So not important anymore. Yeah, when he was at a Comic-Con, they were asking, they're like, oh, yeah, we had a couple seasons and a movie planned. So, they went in there, and probably Kathleen Kennedy was like, this is so great. We're going to do a whole franchise off of this. You're going to get more seasons. That's why that whole season 1 had nothing but it didn't answer anything. It just nothing. It was an absolute nothing. And they blame the chuds, It's our fault, Ryan. It's our fault it didn't become the success it was supposed to become. They were like, we're going to launch new action figures, movies. I can see it now. Video games, comic book series, books. It's all happening. Let's get that lady to write the book that hates white people. You remember her? What's her name? Kathy something? Who writes in the Star Wars High Republic, who tweeted out how much she hates white people.
Justine Ireland?
Yeah, Justine Ireland. They got her, she's going to write all the novels for it. Great. Way to push your audience away. Good stuff. Anyway, that's why I don't care anymore about this IP.
Yeah, it's the future of Star Wars. I can't wait for Kathleen to take over fucking whoever owns Transformers. Right as Jay rebrands his channel, Kathleen Kennedy.
At that point, I'm just hitting the delete button. I'm not even going to do a goodbye video. I'm leaving this channel forever. I don't care about that stuff. I'm just going to like, one day people are like, Jay, I've been looking for your channel. Wonder what happened. Yeah, I'm not there anymore. Go to History of Pirates. A lot more fun over there.
Tobias next is kind of glad not enough folks watch me to clip anything. I can usually accept what happens, except real BS, like a katana outpacing a shotgun in Hunt. Christopher Friedrichs, have you had a loaded Oreo? The absolute best. What is that, Jay?
I don't know what that is. I haven't.
Ryan Kinnell and Jack Black. Hell yeah, nice stream, says East Coast Toasty Boy.
Hey, I've lost some weight.
Jack Black hasn't. Alex McCarthy for 2. It's Friday. Meta PC code RK Outpost or Drunk 3PO. Thank you, Alex. Yeah, go check out Meta PC. Link is in the description.
Cheers.
Derek PG Beller for $1 over on Rumble. Happy birthday, Jessica Lindstrom.
Happy birthday.
Cole Hauser, haven't heard from Filoni's dog lately. Hope he's okay. He was super chatting Geeks and Gamers Play yesterday, asking me to put him out of his misery. Tobias, they couldn't even get the Dark Troopers right. No, just another bastardized portion of Star Wars lore from somebody who's so steeped in it, apparently. Eric K, buy Sydney's Bathwater Bliss today before Jeremy. Zero interest.
If somebody super chats me on my channel, I'll buy it.
I'm not buying it. Rafael Valenzuela for $1.99. Thanks, Rafael. The Trillis, the Ryan Johnson trilogy, going to be greenlit under Filoni. Bro, they've had very nice things to say about each other.
They sure have.
Dave Filoni shadowed him for The Last Jedi. Some people don't know that. Dave Filoni shadowed Ryan Johnson for The Last Jedi to learn about movies. Learn about making movies. I'm sure he was sitting there in his ear the entire time, you know? Suns and Shadows, come on over to Stargate SG1, Jay Ryan. Just saying, every Thursday Stargate streams we run. Gators gonna gate. Thanks, Suns and Shadows.
That sounds interesting, honestly.
Jesus Davila with a gifted membership. Thank you. Cole Hauser for 2. She touches Transformers. I'm selling my collection. I'm just going to make a video that says that.
Kathleen Kennedy has now bought the Transformer G.I. Joe IP.
Yeah, full Mike Zero level, you know.
I'll react to it, and that'll be the last thing anyone sees on my channel.
Just make up straight bullshit is what I might do. Let's talk about a little Superman. Let's talk about a little Superman, Jay. You're excited for Superman, aren't you?
Every time we talk about it, the less and less I get excited.
You're not excited for a Superman movie coming out in July about truth, justice, and the American way? How could you not be excited for that? I suppose if I told you that the American way once again being ignored in a DC movie, would that be appealing to you? Would that be appealing?
I don't think so.
It is this incessant need, the idea that, well, you know, if we keep these characters who are supposed to represent America in the American way, say like Captain America and Superman, it really limits our potential audience, and the rest of the world might not really like that message. You know, it hasn't worked out well for Captain America Brave New World by pushing away from the America aspect of the character like we saw from Anthony Mackie. Don't know if it'll work either for James Gunn's Superman, but yes, indeed, we're getting some official, art and descriptions and things like that. Great. Here it is. Superman must reconcile his alien Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing as reporter Clark Kent. As the embodiment of truth, justice, and the human way, he soon finds himself in the world that views these as old-fashioned.
Great.
Isn't that the first time that they've used truth, justice, and the human way? There's been a big push towards it in the comic books and even on screen before. What do you think about that, Jay? Truth, justice, and the human way.
At first, I think they were just doing that to get Superman to have a more international appeal, maybe. But I think Hollywood just hates America in general. So anything that says truth, justice, and the American way, they're like, we can't have the American way because look who's in office. It's awful. We can't promote that stuff. That's what I think. I think Hollywood people, most of them are disgusting. They hate America. And they don't want they don't want to promote any type form of America. Call me a conspiracy guy, whatever. That's what I think. And that's what they'll push. I mean, he's dressed as the American flag for crying out loud for the most part. You know, that was Superman.
Yeah. And I think I don't think that it's by having a character. Look, his name's like, let's take Marvel, Captain America.
Yeah.
Trying to distance yourself from the America aspect of that when it's the fucking name of the character is retarded. In the same way, this is something that people have known about Superman for forever. And truth, justice, and the American way. To distance yourself from that, from what made this character into what they are, and a global, not just American, a global icon, it doesn't make any sense.
No, it's stupid.
And especially with a movie that needs to make so much money, I get the idea of wanting to appeal to everyone around the world, but it hasn't worked out in the comic books when they've done this. I don't think it's going to work out in the movies either. James Gunn's Superman to $1 billion. New report says it might have to. And this is in a Hollywood Reporter article that talks about some of the big budgets for the blockbusters. We know Tom Cruise The Final Reckoning, like $400 million, an insane budget. Jurassic World Rebirth, surprisingly, compared to a lot of these other movies that are coming out, is in the reasonable territory for a movie like this, $180 million. Superman, although initially reported as a $363 million budget, Warner Brothers comes out and says it's actually $225. There is no way to get 363 to 225 with the places they filmed, with the rebates that could be in place for that. It could certainly bring it down to under 300. But now we're finding out from a Warner Brothers insider that they think that they might be spending $200 million to market this thing.
Jeez.
Sources say DC and its parent could spend as much as God damn it. As $200 million on the global marketing campaign compared with the usual $150 million for the all-audience summer tentpole. It wouldn't be a surprise since Superman kicks off the Gunn era and needs to work at the box office. Either way, between the production budget and the marketing, it's certain to land in the $400 million club, meaning regardless of whether you take the 363 number or the 225 number, once you add the marketing in, they've spent all in around 400 million plus on this thing. Which means, as it shows here, there's no way to defend these budgets because when you get in the $700 to $900 million break-even point in regards to box office and ancillary revenue, it doesn't make any sense, says a veteran financier. Can this movie do $1 billion?
I don't think so. I don't think it's going to. And if they do this crazy push to appeal to the anti-Trump crowd or whatever like that, it's going to sink even worse. It's not gonna do well. Not only that, like I said, it's got competition in the month of July. I don't know, man. I agree with your assessment. Actually, I think 700 million is where we're gonna hit, but maybe that's all they need to continue the James Gunn franchise to keep it going. Maybe they'll be like, we could build on momentum because when Superman 2 comes out, it'll be even better. You know, or however it's going to be. But I don't think it's going to do $1 billion.
I think that 650 to 700 to me is the potential range for Fantastic Four and Superman. Look, if Superman comes out, despite all the problems we have with it and the lack of excitement, if it comes out and it blows us away, hell yeah, it can do anything. We'll see. But that's kind of my pick for both Fantastic Four and Superman right now. It's just, I think 650 to 700 in that range is kind of like what I expect for both movies. I think Jurassic World Rebirth, do a little more. I don't know if it's going to make
agree.
a billion.
I think that'll hit $1 billion.
I don't know if it'll hit $1 billion, but also doesn't have to, because if it's only got a $180 million budget, like if that thing hits 900 million, it'll make more than the last movie did. The last movie was like 250, almost $300 million budget. And it did hit $1 billion. But
It's $1 billion, man. I'm saying stamp it. I'm usually right on this. Stamp it. $1 billion. Those people overseas love anybody getting chased by dinosaurs. They just love it. Just like Avatar 3 is going to come out. It's going to make it's going to make a ton of money. Maybe. We'll see. Those people overseas. You know what would make an even bigger amount of money? And I know we're about to close the show. I just got to show Ryan this. Look at this. The new NWO. Ryan as Sting. You know, next to Jeremy as Hogan.
bro, Jeremy looks so stupid.
We got the Diesel and Razor Ramon. Well, Scott Hall, actually, for NWO.
He's dead now. Yeah? Isn't he?
Scott Hall?
Didn't he die?
He die?
I thought he died last year.
He might have. He was looking rough. Yeah, he died.
Yeah, did Razor Ramon die?
Yeah, he's dead.
There you go. Man, that was a couple years ago, actually.
Yeah.
How the time flies. R.I.P.
He was looking rough the last 2 times we saw him. Kevin Nash is still kicking it.
Mo Zamboni for 2. White fudge covered Oreos are the GOAT.
The only problem with the fudge covered Oreos, when you buy the pack, you get like 6. I don't like that because they take up so much space. They're like, I only get like 6.
Touch with Fire for 10. You guys aren't thinking it through, though. If Acolyte doesn't get renewed, how will we know what happened to Plagueis? We'll never find out.
They got a book coming out. We get by the person that hates white people.
Knee pain for 2. Star Wars is so dead, even Mike Zero gave up on it. Yeah, he basically just takes any story that's hot, whether it's like Rachel Zegler or whatever, and he makes up lies about it and then pushes it out, and then other people pick up those lies, and I am forced to debunk them, which sucks.
But he used to just stick with Star Wars, though.
Mm-hmm.
He's done now.
Touch with Fire. The human way is war and sin. I want to see that, Superman, actually. Yeah, the human way. The Haitian way. They're humans. Truth, justice, and the Haitian way. Superman going to be barbecuing motherfuckers. The Trill is for 199. Hollywood socialists don't like America. Tobias, watch The Bad Guys 2 beat them both. The Bad Guys, I know this is going to shock you, Jay. The Bad Guys is an animated movie about talking animals.
Really? And Tobias is pushing that. I'm shocked.
River Miles, trans Superman versus trans Wonder Woman. Who wins? Trans Wonder Woman, because that would be a man. Yeah?
Yeah, I'll go with that. Question had me confused and scared.
But Jay, we're all caught up on Friday.
It's Friday. Hope everybody has a great weekend. You got Friday Night Tykes coming up. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I haven't heard anything. Maybe they forgot to add me to the group chat, because usually we have a chat going on for FNT already, but I haven't heard shit. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, weekend's finally here, Jay.
Don't sound too excited. We'll be back on Monday.
I'll get a 48-hour break and then we'll be back.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out on Locals, Rumble, or over on YouTube. We appreciate it. And we will talk to you next week. Bye, everybody.